Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Creative Connect. I'm Kopano Lakoti, and I know we've been away for a minute or two or five, but we're back, and we're just going to keep on doing what we're doing because I know you love it. I love to do it for you guys. And today, I've got an actress here with me who I've been obsessed with ever since I saw her on Isidingo and Movango, and she literally played she played in one of my favorite TV genres, which is the teen murder mystery drama. And we're just going to get into all of that today. I've got here Miss Makgotso M.
Hello, Kopano.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're just going to dive into it.
Let's.
First question. What was it about this industry, the stage, performing, that called to you?
At first, it was just fun. Honestly, like it was playful. It was fun. Because how I was introduced to it, I was young. So it was like drama classes that my mom would take me to. And I remember doing it in high school for GCSEs. And we just had a lot of fun. And then I grew to respect the craft even more.
And then what made you seek training or just pursue it really, really? What happened from doing all of that to what you're doing right now? What was the switch that said, this could be my career?
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I was just like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to be an actress. I want to be a star. So I just, from the time I was a child, actually, I just made up my mind that this is what I'm gonna do. I knew that I was gonna go to university and do it. After doing research, I grew up in the UK. I did all my high school varsity, and a bit of my 20s in the UK. And so, and they take, theatre and drama quite seriously that side.
Yeah.
So, we were always encouraged to be trained. And so I was like, okay, cool.
And which actors inspired you?
Oh,
South African
do you
and
know,
UK.
Let me tell you something, actually. How I knew that I wanted to do this, I was watching the behind the scenes of Generations.
Okay.
Generations back in the day, right? I don't watch Generations now anymore. But back in the day, back in the day, I was watching the behind the scenes of Generations and I fell in love. I was like, the set. And I absolutely loved Sophie Ndaba. I was just like, she was like my favorite. So years later, when she played my mom on I was like, wow, God. Shout out,
Yeah.
So when I saw, that's where the fascination came in.
And that was like a full circle moment for you. That the actress who inspired you became your mom on the show.
I love, growing up, it was definitely something that Queen darling. Queen Morocco was the one, bruh.
And then growing up in SA and the UK, how did those two environments influence and develop your talents and skills as an actress?
So my love for acting was birthed in South Africa, and I would say that the training happened in the UK, and so the fact, I think we're amazing storytellers, man. I think as Africans, we're so talented.
Yeah.
We're talented, right?
Definitely.
It's insane, the talent that's there. And and then in England, it was just the training that also inspired me. If you want to be a good actress, these are the things that you have to do. I was determined, so I was inspired. The love was birthed here and the training was that side. And the reverence for it and the respect. And I think studying acting, what it did, for example, we learned about Arthur Miller. Arthur Miller, who would have theater plays in his community and would have governments wanting to shut it down because art is powerful. You know what I mean? It entertains, it educates, it advocates as well for people. So that also made me wow, this is not just a thing I do for fun, but I can use my acting as a way to evoke positive change in my community, in my world,
So you spoke about your training in the UK, and there's just a level of seriousness that the training that happens that side, they take it so seriously. Because I've been so obsessed with going to study there. What can you say from your own experiences of training that may differ from the training that one might get elsewhere? What stands out about training for acting in the UK?
Do you know, because I've never trained in South Africa, but also I feel as I said, even I wonder what it is about the Brits, because they are quite popular. For theatre. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, what particularly it is, because, I have friends that have, that have trained in South Africa in particular, there's a lot of Wits drama students that I come across.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, they
yeah,
don't
yeah,
play, eh? Wits don't play. So
Yeah, for me, Wits was the. I'm actually doing my MA there right now. Yeah, I need to
really?
finish it, but
Okay.
eventually.
No, you'll
And then I
finish
think
it.
for my next MA, the UK definitely because I'm just
Yeah.
so obsessed. I mean, Maggie Smith and so many other
Travel. Do
actors
it. Do
out
it.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, would you say it's easier or more difficult for you to get roles in SA as opposed to the international market or audience?
Okay, cool. Positive vibes. I don't want to be like a complainer, but it's interesting to me how one is received by foreigners in comparison to your locally. It's very interesting. Locally, you only really get appreciated once somebody else appreciates you, right? Not necessarily only, but a lot of the time, you know. Um yeah, it was weird for me because I remember after shooting his Toonsy, I really it was a tough time, you know what I mean? My cast members and I were just really going through a tough time getting work. I mean, with one of them, she was studying law, but it was really weird. Like, it almost felt like we were being punished for doing well.
On with that show?
On this Toonsy. Yeah, it was just a weird
yeah.
time, you know. I can't, speak on behalf of my other cast members, but I remember just collectively having that feeling like, it was weird,
what's happening?
It was like, what's happening? And then, I started to question myself, and I went to the UK for the bit, and I got my manager. She's absolutely incredible. And I remember she was like, "You're so talented. You're so," like, she was so excited. Like, your face, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
At home, no one's really made me feel
yeah.
like this. And not that I'm looking for validation elsewhere, but it was an interesting observation to see how one was received, because after this Toonsy, I really, even for me as an actress, like I channeled into spaces that I never knew I could, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you get a little bit cocky when you study drama and you're like,
I got this.
I got this. And especially after Mubango, I remember like I was having so much fun and everyone around me was so freaked out, even the crew.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, okay. And I just carried on. But then after his Toonsy and Mandalay, I was just like, no, I don't believe you. I said, what? He said, I don't believe you. I said.
And now, with that difficulty after Istunzi, you're saying that you struggled a bit to find work. Did you ever want to stop?
I did question. There are moments you want to quit.
Yeah.
I did go through a quitting phase. And acting is so challenging because look, all forms of art are difficult, right? But I suppose it's easier to be independent as a musician. I'm not saying it's an easier journey. I'm not saying that it's, but it's really hard for me to be like, okay, let me put together, there's so many dynamics that are involved when you're an actor. And not that you need people's approval, but a lot of the time, you get what I mean?
You need a reminder that you're doing a good job.
Ish, bruh. Yeah. And I think that's what it was when Beth became my manager, is that it was that reminder that, no, babes, you're on the right track. And, perhaps it's a season, because honestly, being an artist as well, rejection is a part of that.
Yeah.
So one has to make sure that you don't internalize it. You have to do the self-work in yourself and believe in yourself. And I'm super excited about my career right now and where God is taking me. I mean, last year, when I was on that Woman King set, I was like,
you were like,
oh, okay, no, we're not
I'm
giving
meant to
up.
be here.
We're not giving up, yeah.
Okay. Now you've been acting from very early on in your life.
Yeah.
What do you know about yourself right now as an actor that you may not have known back then? Anything? Strengths?
What I didn't know, that who I am as a person, my journeys and everything affects my craft. Yeah. So I have to do the work. If I want to be, it's more than, I feel like when you're sharpening your craft as an actor, yes, the classes and everything are a part of it, but me as a person, being present in my life experiences, being conscious about healing, being conscious about the things that I don't like about myself, I do think I'm an amazing individual, but I got my things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think what I didn't know, also the inner strength that I have, I mean, which I, credit to God, definitely. But the tenacity that one needs, because I didn't anticipate that the journey would be so difficult. Yeah.
And through that difficulty, what would you say is the most important lesson that you've had to learn about pursuing this career?
That I'm called. That if God says it, regardless of how it looks like, you do it. Like, you know, and yeah, like honestly, if you have a dream and if you believe that is you know, put inside of you by God, it doesn't matter. The obstacles are there. We're told that trials are there for the perfecting of our character. It comes a part of it. Everybody goes through seasons of life, right?
Yeah.
Trials are a part of it, but like that knowing,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what season are you in right now?
Okay, so I am in a season of, actually, it's interesting that you asked me that because I'm in a season of enlarging my territory.
Okay.
So what that means for me basically is like for the past 10 years, I have been so channeled, focused on acting, you know, just, hey, and I'm like, no, but I need to pay my bills, hey?
Yeah.
So, but then in finding something else to do, you know, the multiple stream income, I think as artists, we must really familiarize ourselves
with it.
Multiple stream income. It's so
income, yeah.
important because you go through phases of working and not working. It's a part of it, right? So now I'm not afraid to explore all my other interests because sometimes I was like, you know, when you do this something for the sake of making money,
Yeah.
that kind of kills your spirit a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, what else do I love? And you know, because everyone has a definition of what an actor must be.
Yeah.
But I'm not living according to people's definitions. I am an individual. I've been called for a specific purpose, to be honest. And yeah, because you know, when you're on purists, because you know, I went to theater, I did all of this, you know, and you know, purists are very, like some, not all. Look, as long as there's a respect for the craft, I respect my craft very much, and I just don't approach it anyhow. But I'm also learning not to be afraid to explore all that
Other
Makgotso
options,
is. Yeah.
Now, you spoke about multiple streams of income, but don't you think we're often scared to pursue that as actors because you're told that you can only be one thing and you can't do anything else? If you're an actor, act. If you're a writer, write. If you're a director, direct. If you want to do all of them, do them.
You know what? As I said, we're so multifaceted as human beings. And you'd be surprised. I have invested 10,000 hours in my craft. Trust me. I've been doing this since I was a kid. I've done the 10,000 hours. And I'm just like, nah. I feel like that is such... Look, it's a matter of opinion, right?
Yeah.
But this thing of like, you know, you can do more than one thing. I think that is so limiting. And it puts artists in such a box.
Yeah.
No, if you have a knack for writing and acting and, I don't know, crypto, do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, if and it presenting as well, because you know, there's been condemnation that South African artists face is that she's an actor and a presenter in this. I'm like, bruh,
If
the
you
way the
can do
economy is set up, first and foremost, you can't survive on acting alone. Look, not that I'm like I would fairly say that I'm a fairly successful South African actress, right? And I'm telling you, like it you can't survive on it alone. And it's unfair to expect, no, what would you do for free? Sorry, but life is not free. I can't go to Pick and Pay and say, I'm an actress, I'm passionate about this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
no, I need to pay them. And now food is expensive. There's a lot that's happening. So I say to artists, don't be put in a box.
Yeah.
If God has gifted you, if you see that I've got a knack for writing and acting, for me, I don't see why not. As long as you approach the jobs with respect, that you just don't do it anyhow. You know, you respect the process of acting. You respect the process of what it is to be a writer.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
as an artist, you have to fight for every single penny. I mean, look at the strikes right now, which thankfully they've come to a stop. But look at how long the industry wasn't operating.
Were rubbish. No, but what is... You know, for me, it's so fascinating. What's the big deal of paying people? I think with the strikes and everything, for me, I'm just like, but I mean, why is it a problem to ask for money?
We want to get what we're deserving of.
And what also people must understand is that what actors get paid, dude, like people are thinking, oh, this is a lot of money, but you get work sparingly. You know, your image is consistently used. Like in South Africa, like honestly, like we don't, the bill is not signed. I don't get paid for anything that I'm on TV right now. Every time my face shows up somewhere, I don't get paid for that. And for me, I remember like growing up, I absolutely loved Umzinosinsizwa.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw, one of the veteran actors, who was responsible for sowing the seed of performance, asking for money. And I'm like, but how? Because Umzinosinsizwa has been playing for so long. And then people are like, I want to buy Moshimali. Guys, no. For me, it's so unethical and it's so unfair that if I say, pay me, I'm wrong. No. If a doctor says, Wutsi, this is how much I'm worth. Yeah,
You're
you
gonna have
paid
to
him.
pay that doctor.
Yeah. And even as artists, like, doctors serve a purpose we need doctors for sure. But I think we must not underestimate the role that art plays.
In
Like,
life.
imagine a life with no TV, no radio, no, like, buildings, because that's art, architecture, drawing. You understand, like, artists are in the fabric of community. Like, we're needed.
Yeah.
Like, you get me.
And people always need to remember that art reflects life.
It does.
And so basically, are you trying to say, let's just get rid of life? Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we're so, like, even when I was in the car, I was listening to music. That's art.
That's art.
When you're at a restaurant and you're enjoying the seat. Guys, art is a part of us so much so. And we need to stop making artists feel like
they're not worth it.
like they're not worth it. We need to stop making them feel like they're wrong for asking for more money.
Yeah.
I once went through something. I won't say what show because I don't have the money, to be going to courts. Right? But I remember it was time to renew contracts and I asked, my agent asked for more money. Now, as an artist, you get 25% taxed and also you need to pay commission to the team that helps you get work and who fight your battles, right?
And it's 25% of the original amount.
Of the original amount.
Yeah.
And 10% or 15% commission of the original. So 40% of my salary gone. So when you get an amount, you must say minus 40, right? Dude, so I remember because I was a co-actor. So when you're a co-actor, you get paid per day. And then when you're on global, you get paid for the month, right? And then you're on a contract for a year. So when they showed me how much they wanted to pay me, I was like, but this is less than what I was getting paid as a core. And also, when you are in a contract where, like, you're saying, no, you have to be on the show and you can't be on anything else but this show. If you want to do other stuff, you have to ask them for permission, right? So I was like, but the money's little. And I remember, my agent, my wonderful agent, Wesley, was negotiating on my behalf. And what was so interesting is that, the producer came back and said, Uti, uyadelela, you know what I mean? Like having a go at me and telling me that we're the producers, you need us. I left. I walked away. Because I'm like, no, we need each other. This is a collaborative experience. Like, no. And my destiny is not in any man's hands. Like, I strongly believe that, and that's why I'm confessing it, because I know that my Redeemer lives. But after that, it was like, I was like, but the money doesn't make sense. The money is so small. I was like, dude, and we just left, and you're like, hey, okay, again.
We move.
But we're not wrong, guys. We're not wrong for wanting to get paid for what we do. We're not wrong.
I love that you said that you left, because I was going to ask you what factors might let you reject a role, and you've just spoken about it. Can you elaborate on any others? First and foremost, I think you have to have that belief in yourself. I believe in God, and I don't mean to sound preachy or anything like that, but it's just the reality of my life that God is my provider. God is the one. He's the one who sent me. He's the one who called me. So he will make a way. Even when there's like obstruction, he will make a way. And he continues to marvel me with how he works in my life. And you need to have a sense of worth. You're worth it. We're worth it. And sometimes you walk away because it's like, I know that there's better on the other side. Like, honestly. And I always ask to attract people and to attract jobs, because I come with the spirit of excellence at work. I come as a team member at work. So I'm like, God, may I attract those things? It gets overwhelming, guys. You go through seasons of depression
and it becomes so challenging, and you'd be surprised like some of like what are your favorite stars are going through, but because of social pressure and everything, they can't be totally vulnerable, because you're vulnerable, and then people use that against you. People, a lot of artists, people are going through like self-worth, all of this stuff, and I just want to encourage artists, all the students, and the ones that have been doing it for a while, do that inner work. Do that inner work, bruh. Like, just do that inner work, because, yo, let me tell you, it's not for the swift to this journey.
Yeah.
Or the faint-hearted.
Back to the doing of the work now. Does the audition process become more difficult or easier as your career unfolds?
I think it becomes easier in the sense that anytime, the more you do something, the more you know what I mean? Like at first when you're like memorizing lines, you're like, hey, this is so much. But the more you do something, the more you get comfortable. I remember I used to dread. And I'm sorry, because I'm, pursuing acting everywhere, wherever. UK, London. Well, UK, London is the same. Hollywood, South Africa. Yes. Yo, but when it was time to go to Hollywood, dude, I was so scared. You know what I mean? But I did it, and then I was fine, and I did it, and to the point now, like if I were to go to a room with any Hollywood executive, like there's no fear, because you do something over and over again. You audition in front of the casting people over and over again. Like the first few times you will be scared, and that's normal. And you might fumble and you might mess up, but it's not an indication of where you're at. Just keep on doing it and keep on building your confidence.
Because you're building a familiarity.
Yes, you are. Yeah. You are. And you just learn to be more comfortable in spaces and auditions. Sometimes I'll be doing too much in auditions now. Like I am a host. Like I'll be talking to everyone. Yeah. Like I'll be so like, oh my gosh, it's your first time. I'm just having so much fun. And I'm like, no, I need to, people are going through a process and stuff. So I must respect that.
Yeah, and zone in.
Yeah. But I'm just like, yeah, what's up? Because you don't know who's going to get the role. It's only one person. Now we're all there. It's tense and it's everyone. I'm like, no, man. Like, you, good luck. Whoever gets it will get it.
So are you that person when you're at an audition, you just talk to everyone? Because you get those people who are just, they're like, oh, don't talk to me right now. I'm with my script and I'm out here for blast.
Yeah, like I'm learning as well as an extrovert. I'm learning to respect people's processes. For some people, they need that quiet space. For me, it depends on the role as well. If I'm playing something fun, I'll come with fun energy.
Yeah.
Or callbacks. Sometimes callbacks are like for like 6 hours, 5, like the whole day you're there. Yeah. Where they like chemistry reads and stuff. And so in moments like that, I do like to like get to know the other actors, just so that we can relax, guys, because honestly, you don't know who's going to be chosen at the end of the day.
None of you make the decision.
We don't make the decision, So I think it's helpful when you come in with this intimidating energy. Maybe obviously size up the room and see, okay, that person needs. But also just don't be afraid to smile. Just crack a smile. And greet. Yeah, don't be afraid. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You've experienced like some social media bullying. But this was a while ago.
Yeah, it's a while ago.
I want to know, do you still sometimes experience it? Or because now you are becoming who you're meant to be, they're like, oh, okay, so I guess we like her now.
Yeah, it's weird. You see, this is why you must not go with what people think, because people are fickle and they change all the time. One day they hate you, one day they love you. Like right now, I don't face as much hurt as I hate, not hurt, well, hurt as well, as I did when I initially came into the industry, actually. Because I remember back in the day, there was this one time, hey, that Mubango, that stupid meme.
Onika.
Hey, Onika really pissed off. Oh my gosh, really made a lot of people angry, right? So then, I remember wanting to quit in that moment. And my mom was like, what?
Quit the show or acting?
Acting.
Oh.
And I just like, I don't want to be on TV. Well, I mean, then I still want to be on TV.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, this is what you've wanted to do since you were a kid. You're going to let people dictate that. And that's where the self-work comes in, where you are like, you know what? I can't allow myself, even by the good. Like right now, it's nice. People are nice to me, But even by that, I can't let that get to my head too much. I can't let that define me or make me feel good. I have to say I'm enough. And whatever comes, if people love it, hey, great. If you hate me, oh, well, okay.
Move along.
Move along. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. What's your biggest fear as an artist?
My biggest fear as an artist.
Yeah. I love how you're just switching accents right now.
I do that all the time. It's
I like talk like this sometimes.
right.
And then I
Sometimes
like to go over to
I will, like,
England.
right.
I do that all the time.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Do you know, I'll explain why I do that. It's like I'm playful, and you know, in England it's quite multicultural. So you meet Nigerians, Ghanaians, you know, the Scottish up. You know, I can't. No, please let me not offend. My biggest fear as an artist. My biggest fear as an artist, I think, is not to live up to all that I can be. Is to let my fears to give up prematurely.
Okay.
Yeah, to know that I didn't fulfill, you know, everything that I possibly could be.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that I would love to live up to and be all that I can be as an artist, you know.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. We're gonna step away from the questions
Okay.
for a bit. We're gonna play one of our games. Today we're playing 2 games.
Ooh, I love
This is season 2B.
Okay.
We're just gonna test out your vocal cords. We've played this game before with our previous guests. It's called Song Association.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a word.
Okay.
You're gonna have like 10 seconds to sing a song
Okay.
where that word is either in the title or part of the lyrics of the
Okay.
song.
Okay. I'm ready.
Cool.
I didn't do my warm up.
Give.
Give. I give myself away. Oh my gosh, I give myself away by Maria McDowell so that you can use me.
Cute. Love.
Love. I can't sing, guys. So many people use your name in vain.
What song is that?
Music Soul Child called Love.
Oh.
He's a soulful artist
Okay.
from back in the day. I think he's still doing his thing. But yeah, Music Soul Child Love. It's a lovely song.
Run.
Running.
You're so much fun. I can't.
If I lose myself, I lose it all. Beyonce featuring someone, right?
I don't remember, but I love that song.
Yeah.
Running. Let's think of another word. Beautiful.
Baby girl, you're beautiful. I'm beautiful by Music Soul Child. I can't sing. You're my baby, my lover, my lady. It's beautiful by Music Soul Child. And I can't sing, guys. I know I can't sing. Okay. There's a reason why I'm an actor.
We're here to have fun. Special.
Special. I'm your weekend special. I'm the weekend special. You don't come around. Shout out, my beautiful soul, rest in peace.
Yeah. Okay. When you're on a set and you've prepared your script, however, and you know that your co-stars have prepared, however, you get to the set, then the director's like, I need you to do it like this. And it might differ from what you've prepared. How do you effectively communicate creative differences without causing conflict between you and the director and your co-stars?
For sure. So first and foremost, like, I think it's also understanding the roles on a set. How I was, like, you know, raised or schooled is that the director is the captain of the ship. So ultimately, it's what the director says goes, right? And I've learned that directors are not the same. So you have some directors, you know, who will want you to try it your way and then their way, because that's why you have multiple takes sometimes, you know, that you can try it different ways. So I think that ultimately it's, you know, come with an open heart on set, right?
Yeah.
Come knowing that, you know, your director, you know, respecting roles and stuff like that doesn't mean that, you know, you don't have a say.
Yeah.
But yeah, directors are different. Some directors will let you play, and some directors are very particular about what they want, you know? So, yeah, and in terms of co-stars, as I said, it's the director. Like, another actor can't necessarily direct me, but we can bounce off of each other.
Energies,
And that's why I love to build great chemistry with my actors as much as I possibly can, bruh. Because you create better work that way when you don't come with, like, I'm the star. But the work is we're here to serve the story.
Yeah. I saw a video it was a while ago, of Viola, actually.
Yeah. Shut up.
She said she takes whatever her co-stars give her and she incorporates it into her process as well.
Like literally, like
Yeah.
because you're a team. That's what I'm saying. So you bounce off of each other because it's gonna look ridiculous. Like if I'm giving something and you're rejecting or you're doing like it looks weird because I think also actors don't get into the mindset of I want to outact.
Yeah.
That looks ridiculous when you do that.
I don't understand why that's a thing. Because you'll find that some actors will say, when they get onto a set and let's say they're a guest star on the show, then they'll say to them, okay, you need to show all these actors. Like, no, we need to work together.
Me too, yeah.
Because that's the only way we'll stay true to the story.
Yeah,
because
and-
that's our job. Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Like precisely. Like honestly, if you work well with like for me, even the extras. Shout out to all the extras. Yes, you should be getting treated better. But even like if I have extras, I talk to them. I'm like, okay, cool. Because you're not gonna make me look bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to be in character. You get what I'm saying?
You know, it's so funny you say that. Just 2 days ago, but obviously when this comes out, it'll be a while ago. I was an extra on a show. And I had to work with one of the mains. And she treated us as if we both got sides and we got the same call sheet and whatever. And I'm like, actually, she's so great. She was so great.
Because she understands that like acting is not just talking. It's about being present in a scene. So like the girl of St. Agnes, like I had my crew. You know, I was playing a bully and I had my crew and I was like, okay, girls. So man, I wanna just feel like you know, like you set the scene, you understand what I'm saying. Like because some extras don't have that training or some of them are scared. No, you add value to the scene.
Yeah.
Without extras, it's
Everyone plays an important role on a set.
precisely.
Yeah. You know, I love that you mentioned Girl from St. Agnes because that's actually my favorite essay series.
Really?
And your character and Shamila Miller's characters were my favorite.
Oh,
I mean, I
for
loved
real?
everyone,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
those two,
Shout out.
Jenna,
Shout out
and
to Shamila Miller.
Mipon, yes.
Yes, we've already.
My favorite characters. I
Yes.
can't tell you how many times I've rewatched that show.
Really?
Like every single time I've had so many. So I've had Tessa, Catherine, Charmaine Westmith. Every time I've had to interview everyone who's been on Girl from St. Agnes, I rewatch it.
Really?
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
And it was directed by
like
Cindy
Cindy and Catherine Crooks.
Yes,
yeah.
and Catherine, and Catherine, you know, hey, Catherine Cook, and it was. I loved being directed by them, man. Like that, like I loved it, and I mean, let me not discriminate against male directors. I don't, but female directors have this thing, man, where they
a different perspective.
yeah, a bit more attentive to you as an actor as well. You know, I mean, not every male director that I've worked with some incredible. Recently, I worked with Jonathan Parkinson. Oh, Jonathan, I hope I'm not getting your surname wrong. That'd be so awkward. Listen, he's got a movie called that I'm in. Listen, it's called The Drop. Listen, that like I had the most fun on that set. Yo, Jonathan is so playful and so fun. Yo, la lela. Okay, so
Watch
yeah,
out.
not all like there's some amazing men directors. Basically,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Some women sometimes have that. I don't know, man. They have that.
Tenderness.
Yeah,
They
I don't
take.
know.
I don't want to say extra care, but more attention.
Yeah.
To you.
Yeah.
Which one of the characters you've played in the past would you like to revisit and play in a completely different way, given your experience now?
I would say Annika from Mubarak, right? You know, an insecurity I have about that character that I still have to this day is, did we portray bipolar correctly? You get me? Like I did come back again. Maybe if we didn't say bipolar and we called it something else, because one thing I think that, because when I heard that she was bipolar, I did go for the most extreme because it's type 1, type 2, you know, you do all that research. But perhaps, I mean, look, again, it wasn't necessarily in my power fully, but like, let's say if we called it something else and maybe not bipolar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like now I don't want people to watch that and be like, yo, bipolar, but you see what I'm saying? Because the first time Annika was on people's screens, like nah, she was on one.
So would you say you'd want to re-examine the authenticity of the character?
Before going into the character, I did a lot of research. I'd say I would just want to explore, challenge, do we have to say it's bipolar? Look, I don't know. Just examine it a bit more.
Yeah.
I think,
And flesh out some other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they did bring me again the second time where she was a lot more, normal. Oh, quote unquote. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh. But where she was, where the hormonal balance was balanced. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not saying you're not normal if you have mental, like I'm not saying that you're not.
Has she been treated?
Has she been treated?
Yeah, when she came
So
back.
when she came, she was on her meds, so she was a lot better, So maybe I did do that. I did come back just to rectify it, maybe a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think about it because people don't remember that part. They remember, hey, now,
Yeah. Okay. Now we have. Who do you think is the most dynamic actor we have right now? And what is it about their work that inspires you? So this can be in South Africa, in England, in America, someone from Australia, anyway. Someone you're like, oh yeah, watch out. Because there it's fire.
What have I been watching recently? What did I watch recently that made me feel like, do you know what? And I don't even know her name, right? But when I watched Money Heist, the actors, those Spanish actors, my gosh, even the Korean actors, now, Korean entertainment is quite a thing.
Yeah.
For me,
I'm a K-pop fan.
Yeah,
I am. I'm a K-pop fan.
One thing that stands out is like, these people, like you feel like they're so. I mean, sometimes with these soaps, I'm like, they drag on the story, and oh my gosh. I guess that's how they keep us glued. But the actors, my goodness, Korean actors really be. I'm like, what is this? Like,
Yeah. Do you feel like
As
they
a
just take it to a
collective.
whole nother level?
Like they're just so authentic with it. I think that if I believe you, the more authentic it's like. I'm like, I want to be like that on screen. Because it's, the hardest thing you can do to an actor is like act normal. Act like yourself in front of the camera. As soon as the camera's on, it's like, what do I do again? And so just, I strive, even now, I'm like, I'm not nowhere near the pinnacles I want to reach as a performer. I've still got a long way to go. But I really just, where you're just, bruh, like where people forget. I love it when I'm watching something and I'm like, what? And I'm Googling who the actors are.
Yeah.
Right now, okay, Top Boy, I will say Top Boy also came to mind. What? Jack, the girl that plays Jack, she is straight. I was like, she's straight? I'm like, what? Like, and then Kano, oh my gosh.
I'm not familiar with Top Boy. Is it?
Please watch it. Yeah? So basically what Top Boy is, it's an exploration of the gang violence in London, right?
Okay.
And one thing that I absolutely love about it is that it doesn't glorify gang culture, but shows the realities of it. Like, it's so painful how they get into it. Like, it's done so beautifully. Top Boy, like, after watching that, I was like, okay, cool. Like, Top Boy, because there's Summer House or whatever, but Top Boy in particular, oh my gosh, you have to watch. Like, the acting, dude, like, you see Kano. Kano is a UK rapper. And he was also saying that don't let people, like when he got a mobile, like something along like you can do whatever you want to do, you know? He was also preaching that because I'm sure as an artist, he was also told like, you're a rapper, now you want to be an actor, I'm assuming, you know what I mean? The acting there was phenomenal. And Kano really, like, when you feel sorry for a villain, it's like, how am I feeling sorry for you?
But for me, villains are my favorite characters.
Why are they so complicated?
For my honors, I did my honors in film and I did my thesis on the construction of the sympathetic villain. So I'm so curious about what makes a villain a villain because they're not born like that.
Yeah.
Something happens for them to act that way. So that's
even
my
Masasa
dream
on Scandal, right? Did you watch it when she was on her wedding day? I wanted her to win. I was cheering for her. Meanwhile, she's just, you see Masasa halfway to on Scandal. I was like, how? Because at first I truly disliked Utandega.
Tembeka.
Tembeka.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Shout out. Utandega benyimu. Hey, bengamfuni. Masasa, you see, by her wedding day, around that time, I was cheering for that girl. I said, hey!
Listen, like, so I had on season 1, right?
Yeah.
And
You had her. I need to watch
yeah,
your podcast.
she is the actor of my life.
Oh, wow. Like,
Girl, I actively now try not to bring her up in interviews and stuff.
But
But when
I brought
people
up-
do, I indulge.
let's go in. One time she was at the market theater. I said, I'm going to find her and I need to tell her how incredible she is.
You know, Masasa's work, because she's played so many journalists, she inspired me to go and study journalism.
Really?
Undergrad. Yeah. I love her. I'll send you the link. You'll watch it and you'll see.
Yeah, let
but
me
girl,
see.
I love you.
I love you too. Masasa.
Oh.
Lalela.
Anyway, you were still saying, yeah. The villains, you want to explore them because no, what was I saying that? I was saying that.
No, but we were talking about villains and just how like I love that. They're more fun to play, to be honest with you. Good guys. And you know what I love about the Joker? Have you seen the Joker?
Which one?
The one with Phoenix. Is it
Joaquin?
The one where the Phoenix, the Joker. Is it Phoenix? What's his name?
Is it Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, forgive me. I know I'm bad with names.
Yeah.
That made me question, because I'm like, after that, every time I watch Batman, I'll never see Joker the same. It's like, is he the villain really? Like, who is, like, the ones that are seemingly good, maybe they are the true villains. You know, it really made me question, maybe we're all villains. How about that?
Yeah.
You know what
We
I'm
all
saying?
have a dark side.
Yeah.
In a way.
And after that, that really was like, yo, that challenged me. I love the fact that like it challenged me so much. And what the character of the Joker's character went through and just how he embodied that. My gosh, how, I mean, that's another amazing performance.
The one with Lady Gaga coming out. I don't know if it's coming out next year. Well, 2024.
Oh, is she the
Margot Robbie's old character.
Okay, yes.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Margot Robbie's another beast of an actor. Yo.
Oh my goodness. But yeah. Do you think, as an actor, you have an ethical duty to reject roles which often perpetuate stereotypes of marginalized groups?
Oh. Okay. Okay. You took it there. Yeah, like if anything does perpetuate, like Denzel Washington was speaking about how he rejected like a role one time at the time when he needed it. And I do think that we do have to be mindful and we do have to be careful of such things. Yeah, I do think that I do have a responsibility. That's why, you know, I'm emphasizing multiple stream income, because you don't want to find yourself in a position as an actor where you're taking roles for money, where you're like, I have no choice. I've done that and I've regretted that, right? Where it's like I needed money, so I just took the role. That's not a place I feel like as an actor you want to be at. So yeah, I do think that I do have a social responsibility to be mindful. Look, if I play a rat, if I play a crazy, difficult person, there has to be, what's the purpose? What is the overall message of the movie?
What does it serve?
What does it serve? I think that's very important. You're saying all the right words.
Back to our game, but we're switching it up now.
Okay, cool.
So, I'm going to give you a line. This is movie association.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a line from a famous movie, and then you're going to have to guess which movie it was from.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh no. Please, Jesus.
It's alive! It's alive! Think, what can
alive.
come alive that wasn't before?
Vampire?
I get you. Something else?
It's alive.
A monster. That's a clue.
A zombie?
A monster. And a zombie in a way.
Zombie.
Think about someone who made monsters.
Einstein. Oh, Frankenstein.
Yes,
Frankenstein. Okay.
There's no place like home.
That sounds like a musical.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is it Frozen?
1939.
Oh my gosh. 19. Oh, Alison. No.
She had a little dog with her, and then there was a way. I'm melting.
God, I don't know.
Or was it of Oz?
Oh, I haven't watched it, you know. I know. I'm so sorry. And you know, when I was a kid, I was scared like of watching certain things that had I was a bit of a scaredy cat. You know, I'm so sorry.
Okay. This one you have to get. My precious.
Oh, the Lord of the Rings. That is so popular, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one that's a bit difficult because if I say this one, you'll know. But I can't go to Taco Bell. I'm on an all carb diet. God, Karen, you're so stupid.
Oh my gosh, that was great, by the way.
Okay. Shall I give you another one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's her dream come true, diving into a huge pile of girls.
White chicks? I don't even know.
I get why you would go there. Think in the same era, early 2000s. Okay,
Mean Girls?
Yes.
Rachel McAdams is a piece of an actor.
Oh, I was gonna give you. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's never going to happen.
You know, she did The Notebook and Mean Girls on the same year. Mean Girls was so nice.
Mean Girls.
bruh.
Every October 3rd, I have to watch Mean
Really?
Girls.
I'm gonna watch Mean Girls actually.
Oh, you know.
Okay.
But I watched The Notebook late in my life. I watched it when I was doing my film degree in 2021, and because I don't really like love stories like
Okay,
that.
okay.
But then when I watched it, I was like,
Listen, it converted you into I love
May the force be with you.
Star Wars.
Yeah. And then one of my faves. Where's basic bitch number 3? She usually does all the mouthing off for you.
Oh my god, I'm terrible at this game.
You don't know who that is?
Where's basic bitch number 3? Who's that?
She usually does all the mouthing off for you. How can you not get this? Okay, I'll give you another one. The same character. Since when were you the salty one?
Since when were you the salty one? Since when we... This is...
Slay Queen wannabes.
Why am I not getting this?
Oh,
Okay, pose. I'm like definitely guessing.
it's you.
It's me!
Girl from St. Agnes.
LOL. I remember that scene when I said that. I remember it as well when we were going to the prom.
Yes.
Look at me throwing shade on like...
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that game. Hey. No, but I got some. Maybe I got 50%.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You've worked on international sets, film, TV.
Yeah.
What can you say are the differences on an international film set and an international TV set that you've observed?
Do you know what I've only done film. Wait, did I do TV? Huh? Survive. Oh, Survive. You know what the thing about Survive was, right? Is that so it was done for this platform called Quibi, but it launched during COVID and it didn't do well. It didn't take off the way that, we were hoping for it to, like the platform in itself. But that was shot like a movie and then edited like a little
series.
5. Yeah.
Okay.
It was done like that. So that's why I was like, yeah. So it was yeah. And with series, sometimes there's not actually with movies you take your time a bit more.
Is it?
But Survive. No, but Survive we did. I love Survive. Mark Pillington was an amazing director. Yeah, he's very much about, okay, once you get that momentum, it's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
Okay. The Woman King. It was a very great feel.
It was, yes.
Do you think you being part of a film of that stature was the right time for you?
Yeah, most definitely, because you prepare, They say that, what is it? Luck and preparation made together is like, breakthrough and stuff. And, I had been preparing, and I think that you constantly have to just stay in a mindset of preparing. Like it came at the right time, because maybe if it came prematurely, I wasn't going to be ready. There's a few obstacles that I faced actually on The Woman King on the set, a few challenges that I dealt with, and it came at the right time where I was able to, handle it better, So yeah, I would say that it came at the right time, and that everything that we are currently going through is preparing us for the next thing. I definitely do believe that.
Yeah.
So don't look down on where you are at the moment. Just be faithful in the season of your life. If you're a student, be that. If you're an assistant, be that to the best of your capability. Because it's all preparation for the next thing, I think.
Yeah. And That cast, I love it so much because it's a combination. It literally took people from everywhere
Yeah, the
and brought
yeah.
them together to tell this amazing story.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I want to know personally, do you ever like get starstruck? Because I mean, I imagine we grow up watching these people, and sometimes we hope to work with them, but we don't always think it'll happen. So, what was it like for your Viola Davis, Lashana Lynch,
She was so.
John Boyega?
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, like Viola Davis was so So because what happened was when Suso introduced me, you know, because I mean they'd been on set, you know, man was just there for like a little bit, innit? Or just be, and then Suso was like, yeah, this is my friend, and she was like, hi, and I was like, hi, you're on fire, you know, but you inside you can't you have to be professional.
Oh,
I had to be professional. I was like,
yeah.
so there's that, but then when you are on set, like you do get that moment. Even Angelique, sorry, the singer, she was there as well. I'm like, yo, I remember, I got it.
I love that song.
I love it too.
song.
And she's so like human. Like she's just like, I know that sounds, but like she was just so full of life and so exciting. So you do have to like, in your mind, you have to tell yourself, okay, babes. Like with Sophie Turner, I had to be like, okay, baby girl.
Sounds as talk.
You behave yourself, and then but you also remind yourself that okay, you are working with the human and everything. So I ground myself, and then after you know the whole process, I'd be like, yeah, I was just on set with you know. But during the process, I have to tell that side of myself like, no, we're at work now, we're professional.
I do that too. Like whenever I have to like interview people, just like with my sasa again. I was just like, how in this world
am I sitting with you?
So this was back when I was doing the show on Instagram.
Okay.
But the fact that I was able to ring her up before it was time and she answered and she was like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. And then afterwards I had to call my mom. I was like, get so well back. So yeah, I completely understand. You do what you have to do in the moment.
And then after.
And then you can freak out after.
Yeah, you freak out. All the time. I like, yeah. Right now, I really would love to act with Meryl Streep. Oh my gosh. I would love to act with Meryl Streep. Like, I'm putting it out there. And I would love to be directed by Ava DuVernay. I'm putting it out there. I think, and then, see, I'm preparing myself for the professionalism. I'm preparing myself. Okay, professional.
Okay, let's just talk about that movie or show or play with Meryl Streep. What, if you had the option of influencing the story, what would it be? And how would your character relate to hers?
Do you know what? I've tried to think about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not sure how exactly. I'm not sure. You know, I need to come up. That's my next homework, actually. You know, because I remember when I first met my agent, he was like to me, "What's your dream role?" I'm like, I don't know. Like, you need to think about it. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I was a bit of a, yeah, but I did it. And so with her, I think I would want to think about it. But Meryl Streep, for me, it's just like, how are you so versatile and believable every single time? Like, how? Like Mamma Mia and then Devil Wears Prada, Doubts. It's just like she I don't know how she does it, bruh. Like, I don't know. Like, because you know what? For me, honestly, I need to be honest. I don't feel like I'm, in terms of like, look, because with acting, right? You can get typecast. And I feel like if you get, you know, hired to play particular roles, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think that embracing staying in your lane as an actor is a good thing. But me personally, I don't aspire to be that as an actor. I want to, as I said before, like I want to fulfill everything and every possibility, you know, and it's like, and making it believable. Because there's a book by Uta Hagen called Respect for Acting, right?
Okay.
It's a great book. And she speaks about presentational acting and representation acting. Like, so presentational is like, let's say you present someone. So I am a damsel in distress. So I just play her the same way.
Yeah.
And then representational is when it's coming from inside out. Like, not conforming to stereotypes. Not giving me what you think a damsel of distress would be. But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that, yeah, that's the thing as an actor, like how, like making it, like playing all these different roles, but it's still coming from a real place.
Yeah.
But still, Yeah.
Okay. We've spoken about Survive. That's okay. We live in the digital age where streaming has become massive.
Yeah.
A friend of mine asked me to ask this question. And do you think the rise of streaming has led to the death of the movie star?
Ooh, what a good question. Because I did media for my A levels, and there was and like, so one of the things that we had to write on was that, will cinema die, with the rise? Because when I was anyways, not that I'm trying to expose my age, but anyway, when I was doing my A levels, I was 17, so 2008,
Okay.
2009, around there, and so at the time, like, streaming services were not a thing, right? At the time, like, the streaming service platform was not really a thing, but it was coming. Because my first year of uni, that's when Netflix was a thing. And, and then people were like, no, but we still want to go, you still want to go to the cinema.
Yeah.
And, for an outing. I do feel like numbers have dropped now, like 10 years later. 10 years later after school, I'm seeing that. Hey, my gosh. Guys, I feel 25. I just want to say. But anyway.
To look it.
And then we thank God for youth. May my youth fountain continue on. But no, because time is going so fast. It doesn't. My mind is not. The dots are not connected. It's like, whoa, what? I mean, it's the end of the year already. It's crazy. But you know what? I do feel like we're at risk of losing the movie star, because apparently, like, cinema is not making what it used to
back in the day.
Back in the day. Oh my!
I mean, even with this thing of making a profit for a movie, you'll find like movies with a 450 million budget, and then you have to make 3 times that just to break even because of the marketing money that you need to make. So, the movie industry, I think, it's in trouble.
It is. I do feel like it is somewhat in trouble. Even like with the strikes are so interesting. The things that we were fighting for.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you want to pay me like one.
And you're going to use my face
And
forever.
And you don't want to pay me.
It no go fits.
Kini Bobo, God forbid it in Jesus' name. Hey, what is that? I said, what? My voice? Extras as well. They wanted to do that with extras where they use for life and Pucci, whatever. What sort of slave contract is that?
Yeah.
What about my dignity as an artist? Me getting, that's wicked. I'm so sorry, but that is wicked to say that, and I think it's stuff like that contribute to the death of the movie star. You know what I mean? Like, but I do feel like even though cinema's going through an awkward time, there are solutions. Maybe if we make it a bit cheaper, make it more accessible to people. Because, dude, like some to pool, like on Saturdays, like, like maybe have little cinemas in townships and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like we shouldn't give up on cinema, because I feel like it is beautiful to go on a movie, on a date, or go with your friends. It's an outing. It's better than being in a house. Even if you live in a mansion, you still want to like go out with your friends. Human connection. I think we should fight for the movie star.
Yeah.
We should fight for it.
We should.
Yeah.
Okay. Last line. Back to the game. Just wrapping up. Florals for spring. Groundbreaking.
Devil is Prada.
Yes. And I'm gonna give you another one. I don't know what terrible things you've done in your life up to this point, but clearly your karma's out of balance to get assigned to my class. I am Professor Annalise Keating, and this is Criminal Law 100, or as I'd like to call it,
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes. And that's it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, my armpits, I don't know if I shave, but anyway, it's natural.
You're so much fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Season 2B. Oh, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, all the best.
I'm a fan of yours, and I'll be a fan of yours for as long as I can. Before we wrap up,
thank you.
What's coming out? What should we expect?
Okay, cool.
So this is gonna come out in Jan.
In Jan
of 2024.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it's Jan. So do look out. So I did my first acting gig called Hey Jesus. Jesus.
It's
The
giving
League
Olivia
of Wonder.
Colman. Forget it.
League of Wonder. Look, there's a lot happening. Even now, I'm late for my next appointment. So I'm stressing. But League of Wonder, it's basically, you know, about these beautiful animals, dogs and stuff that go on adventure. It's full of mystery. That was my first acting gig and it was so much fun. And I'm going to be in the studio again. But definitely go on Spotify. You know, it's an audio cinematic experience. So definitely road trips. It's still January. You know, just to, kids, to get your kids excited, and it's family content and it's good for everyone. There's a movie that I'm very proud of. It's called The Job. I'm not too sure what's happening with it in terms of marketing and when it's coming out and what else. But The Job, look out for that. It's inspired by Quentin Quarantino. Jonathan is an amazing director. Didi is on there. We've got we have Sia on there. We've got our lead, like Gary is on there. You know what I mean? So like The Job, guys, look out for that. And yeah, no, keep on watching this space because I do definitely believe that there's so much more in store for me. And I'm literally venturing all the open doors that life is offering my way and enlarging my territory. So if I do something different a little bit, give me grace, guys.
And
allow
support.
me and support, you know? Like, stop this thing with we present, that's how I act, man. Like, don't do that, guys. Stop putting people in boxes. Like, it's such a big world. Let people be all that. You know, shout out to all the artists that are business people and on radio. And like I think it's a great thing, you know, as long as you respect it and you put the hours and you put in the time, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been so much fun.
Thank you so much.
If you enjoyed this episode, something wrong with my voice. If you enjoyed this episode, please do like it. If you would like to leave a comment, thank you very much. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye. #you're connected.
Hey guys, I've just finished my interview with Kopano. Make sure that you like, that you subscribe, that you share, that you support. Do you know what I mean? We need more of this wonderful content out there. So yeah.